Well, hello, hello, hello. Good morning. If you're out there, say hi and wave. Don't and don't pay attention to what I'm drinking out of this cup, okay? Hi, Carol. Good morning. How are things in Michigan? You can't really see it here, but we're having an absolutely gorgeous day today. I wish my camera was wireless. I'd take it outside and show you. I don't think I've got enough. I don't think there's enough. Hang on a minute, guys. I don't want to make anybody sick. No, not enough cord. So how's Miss Tina? And Chuck, if you're out there, good morning, sir. Things are fine. Oh no, not a cold. I kind of had some of that going on myself recently, just enough to make me miserable for several days. But then it didn't. Then it eased up. Pardon the noise. I'm opening this while we're waiting. I'm waiting to see if Brother Mark's gonna make it. I think he will be, but in the meantime, I hate this thing. Does anybody besides me hate this blasted plastic? Oh no, Carol. Oh. And I bought myself a pair of scissors here a while back because I needed something that I could cut just all manners of stuff with. And boy, does it cut all do these things cut all manners of stuff. Man, they are tough. Ooh. And they cut. Oh my goodness, do they cut. I hate this plastic though. I swear it just. I bought my daughter a knife one time for Christmas. She'd lost hers. And don't laugh, my daughters have had knives from their father since they were little. Just one of them things. It's a family tradition. Blister packs are indeed a pain in the tuchus. Yes, they are. Anyway, I bought after she went into the antique packing and unpacking business, and I had bought her her first pocket knife officially was a Victorinox, like a Swiss Army knife, but maybe not quite, with not everything on it, but some select things, tools and blades. And she lost it somewhere. So I got her another one to replace it. And I was trying to figure out what to get her. So I ended up getting her a Leatherman tool. But it was a Leatherman tool that was designed for someone who opened packages for a living. And that sort of thing. And it had a couple of special blades on it. One of them was a little hook that you open stuff with. And you could open blister packs. You could cut tape with it. I mean, it was like a little hook blade that not small, not very big, and you could get it in. And I thought it was kind of cool. Now, does she still have it? I do not know. I hope so. But I can't swear to it. These are actually Brenda's. See, I bought these for Brenda's to go with her drill bit, or drill set, I mean, which she also got after we moved up here. And she was doing a bunch of cutting and some drilling and different things. And I was showing her how to use her, how to use her drill, how to chuck and unchuck. Pardon me, Chuck. Your chuck, Tina. But how to unchuck, drill bits and screwdriver tips. And then I saw this at Lowe's, and I thought this would be perfect because this, you see, can be mounted in the gun. And then she doesn't have to chuck and unchuck everything. All she has to do, is do this. Pull this down, drop in a new bit, let it go. She's ready to go again. Okay, now I need a drill bit. So she pulls this out, takes out the drill bit, or takes out the tool bit, finds her 11/64 drill bit, opens this up again, drops that down in there, locks it right in. Now she's ready to drill a hole. So pull this back out, put it back in the tool holder so you don't misplace and lose it, of course. And then put the appropriate screwdriver tip back in. They put these in here and they didn't put the sizes out where you could read them. Now, that doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? Maybe it does to anybody else. Anyway, put that back in there, latch that down. Good to go. I thought she'd like it. And apparently she does, but I had to come up here and check it out, I mean, I wouldn't want to give it to her and then find out there was something wrong with it, would I? That wouldn't be very nice. Let's see. Uh-oh, he'd be laughing. Who'd be laughing? That's a nice daddy-daughter tradition. Wait a minute, they are blister packs are paying. Chuck's in a meeting, but will be joining us later. Well, why, you might ask, is Tim putting on his wrist brace again? Well, it's hurting again. It's not a good thing because Tuesday, this arm gets operated on and it is killing me. I can't wait. It had eased off, there when we scheduled surgery, and I actually hesitated for a minute and thought, well, it's not bothering me right now. Maybe we could put this off and not do this surgery. Well, right after that, I got home and I did something, and it has hurt me ever since. And I mean, it is aching like a toothache. But this is hurting too. My wrist has started hurting. I've sprained it or something, and I'm a little concerned. So I'm wearing a wrist. So I'm wearing a brace, or not the good one, not my heavy duty one, but just a light one that we've had for a while. I think Brenda bought this one for when she was having carpal tunnel issues, and I wore it for a while in the bathtub or in the shower after I broke this, but before we got my other cast, because I could kind of use it to wash my hair and stuff, and and it wasn't so floppy and didn't hurt as bad. So anyway, that washing and getting it in the tub though kind of weakened the Velcro, and wow, that one's just full of lint, so it don't stick so great. I need another one. My wrist is hurting too for no apparent reason. Must be said. Could be, Tina. I mean, you're that kind of person. You might feel sympathy for me. But the next thing I'd ask is, have you fallen down while chasing the dogs? Have you been beating on Chuck? Those are all things that, because Brenda's wrist hurts too after she beats me over the head sometimes. And I don't know why she's not in here, speaking of Brenda. So if she is in here, Brenda, say something. Maple Bacon, buddy, welcome in. Diana, I think I saw, yes, good morning. How are our Canadian friends today? And just how cold is it in the land of Canada? In the land of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers? Or in the case of hockey, I guess they're not Blue Bombers, are they? They're Jets, I think. I hope you both get some relief from your wrist pain. Well, thank you, Carol. And I'm sure Tina thanks you too. My wrist will be okay if I just got to be careful with it. I don't know what, I grab something. And you guys, Diana and Mike, you guys feeling better now? Everybody up there about healed up? I don't know if everybody was aware of this or not, but Mike and Diana both have been sick. At least part of the reason we didn't see them last week. It's kind of hanging loose here. I thought Mark would be here by now. I hope. I guess I could check, make sure I got. Make sure I didn't get a note from him. Hang on a minute. Nope, I don't see anything. Nope, don't see anything. So maybe he's still coming. Talked to him yesterday just for a few minutes, but he was busy. Apparently, in the last couple of days, their freezer had started going on the fritz at Mark's and Shauna's. And I was talking to Mark yesterday on a couple of different occasions, and both times he had to hang up and leave because Shauna was calling him because she was in town looking for a new freezer. They didn't want. She was concerned about everything thawing out inside their freezer, and I made the suggestion to Mark that why don't we just take it outside and open the door. I mean, it was only like -4 or something yesterday. It'd keep everything nice and froze. They wouldn't need a freezer till July or so when things woke up. Diana says I'm still coughing, and Ray knows. Same with the kid, but we're better. Man? You guys been sick for over a week. Then that is bad. That's a bad. That's the bad thing about wintertime ailments, especially when you live in the Great White North like you guys do. You're too confined with each other, and you just do spread it back and forth. But hopefully you'll get to feeling better soon. Tina, I was asking her talking about the freezer part. But doesn't that make sense? I mean, if that's what you're laughing at, doesn't that make sense? Just take it outside, open the door, let it freeze hard, and then close the door. Hell, it'll be good till the middle of summer. I mean, and when I say middle of summer, I'm talking, the day winter ends, summer happens, then fall happens, and then winter starts again. Because that's about how it works out there. I know I've told this before, but Brenda, when Mark was younger, before I ever met them, they lived in Montana for a while. And Mark's mom always said that out there in Montana, the best she could tell, summer usually came on a Tuesday, and then it was over. And that was usually in July, somewhere around July 4th. After that, it got cold again. So I'm pretty sure it's kind of like taking that man over my cover to see if I have them. Oh. She's going after vitamins. Sorry if you see me grimace. It's probably because of this hand or this wrist. Well, I hope Mark does make it in today because I know he'd like to talk about this subject that I've chosen for today. And we've talked about it a little bit before, but I want to talk about it again. You gonna send some vitamins up, Carol? Are you sending vitamins up to Diane and Mike? Or are you just sending them good wishes, but well wishes? Not enough hands, people. Lint and cat hair. That's what's in my Velcro. Reckon who the cat hair be off of? Tried to get Teddy to come up, guys. He was looking out the window today, but I couldn't get him to commit. He acted like he was interested, maybe, but not so much that he got up and walked to the door or anything like that. So I just let it go for now. Miss him up here, though. If he keeps it up, I'm going to buy me, not buy. I'm going to get another cat or something, one that can, and just train it to be up here. Well, but that does make sense, doesn't it, Tina? I mean, just take it outside. And honestly, before we hung up yesterday, I think that's what Mark was about to do. He was going to take it out. Oh, well, thank you, Kara. I mean, I miss him a lot out here. I really wish I could get him out here easier. I just. Oh, it certainly is, Tina. Probably even shorter. Although Florida's getting a little bit of winter this year, buddy. I've seen snow. I saw snow in Florida this week. Louisiana, Lake Charles area, Louisiana had what 10.5 inches. Nothing like Alaska or Wyoming, mind you, but still, and it's probably gone by now. But you should look for a cat tunnel on Amazon to run. You know what, Maple Bacon? That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get a cat tunnel to go from the house to the library, just pop it up over here. But I don't know if I can do that or not. It's a lot of work. I mean, it'd be worth it, mind you. I just don't know. I mean, I'd have to dig a ditch, and I mean, I guess I'd have to run it underground, or I guess I could run it. Maybe I could run it on top. What I wanted to do was have it come up and up some steps in like the house, and then come across a tunnel, an aerial tunnel, and walk it over to this house and have it come in the corner, and then steps and I've seen that done with people that did outside catios, or you can make a cat gondola. Oh, and wheelie mount. Now that's a good idea, Mike. Quit doing flips on mowers and get it. Yeah, that's a damn good idea, Katina. I think I'll take that up. I believe I'll take that into consideration. Because I'm about over doing flips on mowers and things, I'll be honest. So here's the deal with this. I decided that I was going to walk down, or not walk down. I was going to drive down to McDonald's this morning. Hang on just a minute. Okay, now I'm concerned. I've lost my phone. Now I can't call Brenda. Oh crap. Well, so much for that idea. Now I'll have to go hunt my phone. Okay, so much for that. I was going to call Brenda and say, hey, where are you? Because she was sitting on the couch when I left a few minutes ago, and now I thought she'd pop right online, and she's not on here. Yeah, Mike called me, said my phone rings somewhere. I have a bad feeling that it's in the car. Well, Tina, I'll give you my number. Let's see, how can I do that? Can I do that somehow without putting it out in the public? I'll give you Brenda's number, and you can just call her and say, hey, do you see Tim's phone in the house? Why aren't you on the show? Tina, can I do a private chat with you? Maybe Brenda's searching for a missing cutting tool that you bought. No, I didn't borrow your cutting tool. Now don't start trouble like that. Oh, I do use Facebook Messenger. I've done that before. Oh, you know what? I will do that. They're drill bits. They're drill bits, Carol. Drill bits. Although technically that is a cutting tool. Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can send her a Facebook note. That's a good idea. I got that McDonald's song tuned in my head now. I can't get rid of it. Can you guys hear that ringing? Hi, everybody's listening, so don't say anything ugly. Hello? Hello? Okay, why aren't you on the show? All right, I must have left it. Well, tell you they're laying there on the couch. All right, bye. Thank you, Mike. That I sent you a text on your phone. Does that help? Hadn't found it yet, Mike. What is oh, Carlos Estevez sent somebody a note on Facebook. Hopefully it wasn't just to me, but whoever it was, he was flipping the bird. Okay. All right, she's gonna find my phone. That wasn't the important part. The important part was we were trying to find her. And here she is. Where was it?
In the car.
You want to say hi?
Oh no.
She don't want to say hi. Okay, well say
Hello,
hi.
hello.
There you go. You guys can hear. All right. Well, thank you for this. And I was looking for you for some reason.
No. You find me.
Well, oh, here you want to take your.
I went back to sleep.
Well, actually, Carol said I stole your stuff. I said I just merely borrowed. I'm not sure I want to get back yet. I might still need it. When I was going to drill some holes. Now that I think about it, I'll bring it back to you later. Mike said hi. Everybody said hi, Brenda.
Hi.
Mike, Diana, Tina, and Carol, they all said hi, Brenda.
There just a minute.
She said she'd be back just in a minute. So there. How about that? Oh, well, I know what. See, the reason I have a McDonald's coffee is because this morning I got the urge to have a breakfast, and I thought, well, I'm going to run down to McDonald's because don't have time for it. She wasn't up yet. So I went down there, and part of the deal that I had on my app was a hot coffee, well, a frappuccino, which I don't usually drink, but if I get something there, I usually do. And lo and behold, they don't have them. Our local McDonald's has no hot. Uh oh, under the weather and won't be on today. Uh oh, Mark's not going to make it. Okay, well, that answered that question. So, anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch. Where was I talking about? Oh, well, he feels bad. I'd send him a note that hope he gets well. I'll pass on everybody's good tidings. I could go for some pancakes this morning. Mike, if you'd mentioned that, buddy, before I left, I'd have brought you some back to the house. I tell you what you do. You pack Diane and the youngin' up in the car, and you drive down here. And when you get down here, I'll have pancakes and sausage. And what else would you like to have? Country ham, since you're coming to Tennessee, I can get you some smoked ham or some cured ham at least. What else would you like to have, Mike? Bacon? I can do bacon. We'll get some good bacon. We've had some good bacon lately, actually. Brenda bought some the other day for something, and she fried up a bunch last night because she was making soup beans. I think she put some in the soup beans because they didn't have any ham hocks or anything thrown in it. Anyway, that was pretty good bacon. Anyway, you come down here, and as long as you call ahead, let me know so I can have them ready on the right time, buddy. I'll have pancakes or big old waffles. Would you rather have a big old waffle or a pancake, Mike? I'm telling you right now, I can make some fluffy waffles. Don't think we'll be able to make it out to the U.S. I think the dollar's going to plummet real low. Oh well, that your dollar or our dollar? I don't even want to. I don't even know if I want to comment on that. For some reason, they might not let you in, Mike. But I think so. I think they would. Okay, I've lost all the. So I do have a question for some of you people who are more involved in this kind of thing than I am. How do you use that private chat? What? How does that work? I'm talking about in. I'm talking about in StreamYard. I guess I don't know. I'd go for waffles. Oh, you want both? No comment. Don't think we'll be able to. Oh, no comment. We'll have to talk about that another time, Mike. Waffles can be had. I'm not sure what it is about waffle mix versus pancake mix, but my waffles always come out much lighter and fluffier than pancakes. How about you guys? Well, if I'm cooking, I can do both. Okay, Mike. Sure, buddy. You come down here and you can have both. I'll make damn sure you get both. And there's my wife. Hello, Brenda. What did we do this week? Let's see. We've been trying to. I think both of us been trying to get kind of back on our feet. I've been kind of sore and achy for several days. You guys can't see it, but I put up a new. Well, you can if I do this. Put this up because it was laying over here, and I didn't want it to get damaged. But I hate to say one. One's not the right word. I was presented this while I was going back to college from the Forest Service Department of Agriculture, and there you can see my whole full name. For outstanding academic achievement in mathematics and basic science, Department of Forestry, Wildlife, and Fisheries, the University of Tennessee, and it was awarded to me by the National Forest in the Southern Region and the Southeastern Research Station in 1997. Proud of that. I got it hanging right below my University of Tennessee Bachelor of Science degree, and I hope that before too much longer, I have my, and I have it, it's over here in the tube, I just don't have it framed, my master's degree hung up here with it. Probably nobody will ever see it but me, but at least I'll have it. Let's see, I graduated not with that bachelor's degree at the age of 40, so something. 40. Actually, I guess I was 40. Magna cum laude. I know it's got something to do with honors, but I can't remember if that's second tier or I know it's not first because I dropped a couple of tenths towards the end of my collegiate career and I ended up not graduating quite as high as I hoped I would. But it's still honors, pretty sure. Dean's list or something. I was kind of proud of that too for an old guy. I mean, I was 40. Most of the guys I went to school with were 20, 21, 22. I think the oldest guy ever went, well, no, there was a couple guys that were close to my age that I met over my courses, 6 or 7 years I was involved at the university, but both here and Middle Tennessee State. I started at Middle Tennessee State. So, what do you guys want to talk about? We can sit here and just shoot the breeze, or we can go ahead and talk about what I was going to talk about and just brush through it and save the rest of it. And I'm sure that it'll come up again anyway. Wait a minute. Were all the underage kids asking you to buy them alcohol for the Mike? Do I look like the kind of guy that would go around buying people underage young adults that I would buy them alcohol? 40 is still a young whippersnapper in my book. Well, it is to me too now, Diane or Carol. I kind of feel that way anymore. Okay, I know you wouldn't buy them, but would you definitely give them some homemade brew? Well, actually, I said you don't know that I wouldn't buy it. I just didn't want to admit it. Oh, well, you know what? They didn't have too many ask me. Sad story about, well, not a sad story, but when I was 18 and went to school the first time around to be an airplane mechanic, our school had a student center, and right in the middle of the student center was a bar. We could go in and have a beer in the student lounge or whatever they called it. And I mean, in Florida I think beer was like the national drink of Florida back then because there was no event happened on that campus had anything to do with that school that did not involve either multiple kegs of beer or big giant tubs of ice and beer. And most of us were 18 and oh, but back then 18 was the legal drinking age. So, I felt kind of bad when I went back to school and all this because I thought maybe school still had that kind of thing. Because I know UT had one many years ago. Because I went there with some friends when they were in school at UT and I wasn't. This was back in the 70s, and all that sort of thing had gone away. And made sense. You can't drink it until you're 21. Most students are almost out of school by then. Mike, it's kind of cold up here. What? Isn't it kind of cold up there to be drinking beer? I mean, it's not. I mean, you can drink beer whenever you want to. But something about drinking cold beer always. Maybe it's because I didn't have a drinking glove. Maybe if I'd had a good drinking glove to hold a cold beer when it was sub-zero outside, maybe that would have been. Maybe I would have enjoyed it a lot more. A friend of mine had a drinking glove. He seemed to like it that way. It's never too cold for a good beer. Good point, good point, Carol. And then, of course, I know when you say that, you truly mean that by good beer, not just any beer. You really don't understand Northerners, do you? Probably better than I act, Tina. It's more fun to make fun than it is to just go along sometimes. But alcohol, I mean, other forms of alcohol were always my preferred choice in the winter. For example, this, which was donated to the cause by my good friend Phil, this Green Spot single pot Irish whiskey that he brought up here the other night, and we sat around here and drank as we watched Supercross. And don't get the wrong idea, we didn't drink the whole bottle, but I did decant it. Some of you saw that picture. If you drink it when it's cold, it stays cold. That's a good point, Diana. That's a good point. And I don't like warm beer particularly. So that's something I never have figured out about the British. Except they have to drink it. Well, I don't know if it's fancy, Carol, but it's pretty tasty. I poured it into this decanter here. Now, Brenda bought this for me for Christmas. And I thought it's kind of neat. It's got a globe because I've been wanting a globe. There's the new United States. See how when you roll it over there, that turns that nice amber color. Because this is the green dot. What's left of the green dot right here. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, there's a sailing ship inside there. If you can see it, there it is. Isn't that neat? I wish it had a real cork instead of this rubber one, but that's okay. I can fix that if I choose to. Anyway, I thought that's pretty cool, and I couldn't resist, decanting that bottle in it because, I mean, because. Anyway, pretty neat. If you're cooking, you could do both. Oh, wait a minute. I lost something there. Oh, you're still talking about pancakes, and we were talking about pancakes and waffles. I don't know, Brandon. You making a list? Mike is coming down. He's coming down with Diana. Mike wants pancakes and waffles. Since we're cooking, he said we might as well do both, and he would prefer bacon. I'd like some sausage with mine, please. And we might try to pick up a little bit of country ham while we're at it. I don't know if Mike's ever had any real Tennessee country ham. What about hen apples, Mike? Would you like some eggs to go with that, or any? Speak up, because there's something in particular you'd like to have for breakfast when you guys get here. I need to know ahead of time. I'll try everything if you're cooking. Buddy, I'm going to hug you someday because I just love the way you think. Good morning, Dave. Welcome in. Dave. Adventures by Dave. By D, excuse me. We'll bring you some real Canadian bacon. Well, you do that, Diana, because Brenda likes Canadian bacon. Now, honestly, for me, Canadian bacon, as I know it, may not be the real thing, but we know it, it's not salty enough for me, I guess. But that's because I grew up eating the other stuff. Whew. Man, some of the country ham I've had in my life would just about float the ocean, as opposed to, the ocean floating us. I mean, man, oh man, some of that stuff's salty. Whew. I've had country ham for breakfast and then drank a gallon of water just to try to wash it down over the course of the morning. How's Dave today? Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I got that Durham McDonald song in my head. I can't get it out. I love country ham, but it's too salty. Well, some of it's not as bad as others, Dave. And some people soak it overnight in water. Some people soak it in milk to get some of that salt out. Tim, throw some more pancakes and sausage on the grill. Dave and Chris are here. Well, I can do that. Dave said country ham's a little salty for him. So, Dave, would you like bacon? Diana's talking about bringing some Canadian bacon with her. That's probably not near salty. We'll bring you some bacon from this company called Winnipeg Old Country. They make really good bacon. Oh, well, I wonder if I can buy that down here. I mean, I wonder if I could order that. Winnipeg Old Country. Hey, there's a guy. There's a guy down here, and I'll have to look him up. I can't think of his name, but oh shoot, I lost the screen. Hang on a minute. Where'd you guys go? He's going around. He's doing videos. That's what I should have done. I don't know why I don't ever think of this first. He's going around to country stores, and some of which I've been to and know where they are. And he's like sampling. A lot of the country stores around here, of course, make sandwiches. That's nothing unusual. I mean, that's sort of like hillbilly version of a deli, I suppose. Most of the time, it's bologna sandwiches. But some of them also cook, and they have a grill. And most of them fix breakfast, if nothing else. And it's usually, bacon, sausage, ham, red eye gravy, biscuits, that kind of thing, eggs. And he's doing videos of it. I'll have to find him so I can pass it on because I've kind of enjoyed watching some of them. And one of them is, well, it's not terribly far from here. I haven't gone through all of them yet. I want to go through them and see just how many of the stores he goes to that I've been to. And then if he hadn't been to some of them, I may turn around and steal his game and go to them. But I know some country stores that I used to go to when I worked up here around the lakes and stuff that were pretty far out there. And I'm curious to see if he found any of those. But I should have thought of that idea a long time ago. What's Dave doing? Turkey, you know us too well. We usually do blueberry buttermilk pancakes and some chicken or turkey sausage. Well, I can do chicken or turkey sausage for you, Dave. I'm not that keen on it, but I can. I used to work with a guy that swore that you anything made out of turkey or chicken you could not refer to as sausage, but that was his opinion. I've had some that wasn't too bad, but I am a pig eating kind of guy. Blueberry pancakes, though, buttermilk pancake I could do that. That's not a problem. Younger Dave could eat the better stuff. Oh yeah, well, yeah, younger Tim did too. A whole lot more. Older Tim still likes it, but trying not to, or at least he's trying to convince himself not to. But hey, Brenda, what was the last count? We think. I don't know. You guys can't tell it. I'm sure. I don't think. I don't know if I can tell it yet. But I've lost about 65 pounds in the last 6 months or so. My doctor is proud of me. She got all excited. We're thinking about throwing a pot spray. It's the lowest I've been, oh, wow, in a long time. Let's just say it that way. I was trying to think if it might be the lowest I've been since I started seeing her, which has been over 20 years. So I think I was not as thin, I was not as light as I should have been, but I was nowhere near this heavy. So we can tell Tim looking great. Oh, thank you, Diane. I appreciate it. And Mike, we can tell we were just talking about that. So, oh, really, Maple? Oh, thank you, Mike. I don't know if I believe you or not, but I appreciate the sentiment. Dave doing a Groundhog Day is coming up. That's right. Are you doing something special for that, Dave? Whoa, very good. I had noticed, but was worried about why. No, I'm healthy, as far as I know. Um, no, everything's good. I would. I'm not gonna say that. I almost said something I shouldn't have said about losing weight, but I've thought about buying a tapeworm and you know getting a tapeworm, but I decided that might not be a good thing. This so far this is working. If I can keep it up, I'd like to get down. Well, I don't know if I can ever do it, but I'd like to lose another 50 or 60 pounds before it's over with. I, I don't know if I ever will. I don't fit in all my motorcycle riding gear. If I want to get back on my motorcycle, I'm going to have to trim down. Funny thing about motorcycle riding, you see a lot of big guys my size on motorcycles, but I don't know where in the hell they buy their riding gear because it's hard to find in big boy sizes. They make it, they advertise it, but nobody ever seems to have it. Or maybe that's because there are so many of us out there. Maybe we've bought it all up. Dave says we are going to do a Groundhog Day vlog this year. T-Mobile reception was spotty last year, as you saw. What? Well, I don't. Dave, tell me about this because I don't. And I apologize, but I don't know what you've done in the past. Um, so when you say it was spotty, where? I mean, is there some place down there you guys go to a special groundhog festivities? And Tina said something about she thought about that too. What, getting you a tapeworm? Maple Bacon says, oh, that makes sense. I look for no, that's the wrong thing. Maple Bacon said, my co-worker was 507. He lost 97 so far. He's on his way to lose another 97. That'd be good, Mike. That'd be real good. I'd like to lose about that much more, but I don't. That'd be if I could get down that low. If I lost 97 pounds now, that'd be about the lightest I've been since Brenda and I got married, probably. Georgia has their own groundhog. Groundhog is General Beauregard Lee, aka Beauregard. Oh my goodness. I hate to say this, a southern groundhog general. I did not know that, Dave. Well, I'll look forward to seeing that. I'll have to watch for that when you do that. I need to start doing some cardio, Mike. That's what I need to get to now. I got to start getting my legs working again. That's what. It's an excuse, and it's probably not even a good one, but it's reality too. But ever since I had my spinal cord attack, I don't know what to call it. I don't know what to call it. But anyway, ever since my legs went numb and all that stuff happened, and I couldn't walk for all those months and all that crap, I gained a lot of weight, way more than I realized. So I'm trying to get it off. We'll see. But because of that, what I don't have is enough exercise. I can't walk. It's damn hard to walk. Both my knees stink, and that's a acronym for hurt like hell and can't really walk on them. And I couldn't walk for a long time, so I've just gotten plumb out of the habit. Now I've got to get back into the habit. And since we've moved, my walking machine is we've got an elliptical machine I really want to get back on, but can't. It's in the garage right now, and I can't get to it. Um, If anybody's got any children they'd like to rent out or maybe sell on a permanent basis, or rent long term, I'd like to hire them for a couple of months. We could. Brenda and I still need to move some stuff and get some stuff unloaded. I'd like to get this library finished. Um, I've got this crazy idea that I might actually try to get certified or whatever I have to do some tutoring. See if I can find anybody that'd be willing to pay an old man to tutor them to get them through high school or something. Let's see here. What am I missing here? And he's only been eating 3 square meals a day with that. Well, some people, if they just cut it down to 3 squares, I know that was partly my problem. I'd been better off anyway. Puxatawny is on my bucket list. Well, Dave, you ought to go up there. Is it the is it Dave and Dave and Brandy that they don't live too far from there? I don't think. Seems like they've been to that before. To Puxatawny Phil's house of winter prediction. Tim, do you have spinal stenosis or neuropathy? I have a combo of both. Actually, hey John, welcome in. First off, well, thank you, Tina. I appreciate that. I wanted to do that actually for a long time, and I haven't. I was working. This is a little different topic, but I was working with Boy Scouts training, doing merit badge stuff a little bit, and I kind of like to do that again. But I'd actually like to teach something. Not sure if I'd be. I don't know if I'd be any good or not, but I'd like to try. No. Anyway, back to John's question. I don't have. I actually have neither. I suppose. I don't know. I suppose that maybe I have some neuropathy at this point, but I had no problem with any of that until I had this. I had a spinal. I had a bone spur on a vertebra. Decided to puncture my spinal cord, and when it did, that's when I went to my knees and then couldn't walk for 6 months. And Brenda had to wait on me hand and fist almost as much as she does now. And but man, I went down. It wiped me out. So I didn't actually get neuropathy issues, tingly feet and nerves and all that. Mine just went numb, uh, straight up. And it was there's no diabetes involved, believe it or not. And it was all about spinal cord damage. And what went numb from my waist down came back slowly to a point and then it stopped. My right leg is pretty good. It came back mostly. Um, I still have a little bit of issues with it, but the left leg has been very slow at recovering and probably as recovered as it's going to get. Hang on a minute. I have a stink bug to swat. Anyway, yet. So once they finally found my problem, John, they went in and cut it. They went in there and shaved the bone. And that immediately helped. I could immediately stand up. They got me out of bed, I don't know, an hour or two after they did it. And I could stand up, and I knew right then that I was improved. But, now they say it's probably about as good as it's going to get. So my left leg's probably always going to be not real great. But I feel like if I could exercise it more now, maybe I'd get a little bit more back. And I'd be able to get on my scooter, and that's the thing. I want to go riding so bad. And if I can't, I don't know if I'll ever be able to afford to buy a 3-wheeler, to be honest. I want to. I thought I'd found a hell of a deal for one the other day. Turned out to be a scam, which I suspected. So, I didn't, not like I dove in, got in trouble, or, bought anything. It's just I saw it, and I thought, too good to be true, and it was. But I checked on it a little bit. Tina says, I'm still listening, but I got to head out to the garage. Uh-oh. Well, be careful in the garage. It's cold in my garage. I've been listening and doing some work Can you show that decanter again? Didn't get to see it. Well, I certainly can, John. You come down and visit when you come see your brother, and I'll show it to you up close and personal. This is it. And if I hold it right, so you can see it's got a sailing ship in it. Not a blown glass, I might add. And then it's got a map, so it's a globe. There's the old North America and South and Europe and all that. But main thing I like about it was the ship. And it came with, did you get to see it, John? I don't want to take it away with John not seeing. Hopefully you see it. Yes, you need to get on your bike so when I get mine, we can, you damn right, Mike, you get one, we will. I'll be ready. Anyway, it's kind of neat. I like it. And it came with all the accoutrements. For example, this is it. So it came with a little stand. Had to come with a stand for this because there's no flat spots on it. It won't stand up by itself. 2 glasses, a little funnel to fill the decanter with, which I used the other night, and a pair of tongs to drop your ice cubes, or in my case, I've got some whiskey rocks that I like to use because they don't melt. Anyway, Brenda got that for me, and I really like it. Oh yeah, it came with 2 coasters too. These little slate coasters. 2 of these. Well, probably not slate. Actually, they feel like they're ceramic. They just look like slate on top. For some reason, I have one of the whiskey coasters on my desk. Could that mean there'd been whiskey on my desk? Possible. It is possible. Do you have one for donuts? I do not have one for donuts. What do you mean one for donuts? Oh, you can bring some Jameson. This is Jameson. I like Jameson. This green dot, this is what it's in it right now, John. This green dot, or green spot, excuse me. And it's actually made by Jameson. Or at least they have something to do with it. Let me see here. I'm going to say that, and then I'm going to say, no, maybe not. But it does. At least Phil told me it did. Well, it says Mitchell and Sons, but I swear somewhere on here it says part of the Jameson family. Yeah, Jameson Distillery on Bow Street. So it's related to Jameson at least. Hey, Shelley Star Walker, welcome in. Good to see you. Always makes my day when I see all my friends showing up today. And so far, we're doing good. Or I'm doing good. How's Shelley and how's everything up in your part of Michigan? I just saw this. Oh, thank you, Carol. That's a good one. I guess that'd be one good reason to believe in Flat Earth Society or be a member of the Flat Earth Society. They probably have Flat Earth decanters as part of their gift shop. I bet you. But Carol, think about this for a minute. If it's a Flat Earth decanter, would it have any volume for whiskey? I'm not sure. Oh, you're no longer in Michigan. Maybe you never were in Michigan. Southern Mississippi? Oh my word. Well, I did not know that. I don't. I don't know whether to congratulate you or feel sorry for you. And I don't mean. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that. I didn't know you'd made that move, Shelley. How long have you guys been down there? Ah, family. Great move. Well, good for you. I'm glad that's what part of Mississippi? You said southern, but are you out in the boony part? Oh, you'll have to go to Biloxi then for the oh crap. Fat Tuesday celebration, Mardi Gras. Tim, did you know Shelly and I met for breakfast? No, I did not know you met for breakfast last year. At least I don't think I did. You moved there in October. Well, you missed winter then. That's good. Did you guys, Shelly, did you guys get snow this week? I don't know how much they got in Mississippi, but I'm sure they got some. John said he was stationed in Biloxi. I had a friend of mine that was in Biloxi, John, in the Air Force too. I've forgotten about that. In fact, he and his wife both might have been there for a while. Brenda, I don't know. Do you remember if Mary Maiden was? I think she might have been in Biloxi for a little while. I'm pretty sure Kent was, but just a short time. Then he was moved to Fort Sumter, not Fort Sumter, but well, maybe it is Sumter. It's in South Carolina. It was Air Force Base. Hey, Doug, welcome in. Zippity doo, Doug has entered our domain, folks. Kessler or Key that Kessler or Kiesler? I think it's Kessler, isn't it? Oops, wrong cup. We got a dust in the snow near almost a foot. Yeah, that's what I heard. Oh, Mardi Gras already fired up. But you know, Biloxi, I think it's Biloxi, has the oldest Mardi Gras. I'm sure you know this in America. New Orleans gets all the credit for it. You know, they get all the highlights for Mardi Gras, but they didn't really start it here. Biloxi, I think it's Biloxi. I used to work. We used to have a pilot customer that came in from. He might have been from Biloxi, or I think he was from Biloxi. He might have flown out of Biloxi too. Anyway, he used to bring. He's the one that used to bring us crawdads up during the season. When he'd come up for maintenance, he'd bring bucket of two of crawdads, and after work, we'd sit out back and eat crawdad tails and suck heads and drink a cold beer after work. And I have to admit, Carol, that wasn't necessarily good beer. It was just, beer. You know, if I was lucky, it was probably a Michelob. Other than that, it's probably some kind of light beer. Well, you're more than welcome, Shelly. You're always welcome. Anytime. And if we don't we don't give you a warm welcome, then I don't know who would. I certainly didn't know you were in Mississippi. Like I said, that's a surprise. Was that where you're from originally, Shelly? If I'm asking too many questions, just tell me to shut up. I mean, we've almost moved home in a sense, but we've lived in Tennessee most of our lives. Brenda and I both have. After she moved here from California, she didn't go with me to Florida. That was before we got married. And back then, we didn't think to run off and just, live together in Florida for some reason. Um, oh, you're a Michigan OG. Okay. Mobile was the first to have Mardi Gras in 1703. Mom and her kin are from here. Okay. Do you have kin there now? I guess you must still have folks down there, huh? Big change from where you were at before, I'm thinking. If nothing else, with the possible exception of this past week, definitely a big difference in weather. Of course, come summertime, it'll be big difference on the hot and muggy end, I'm afraid. All my kinfolk are here. Been coming down here all my life. Well, good, Shelley. I mean, from what I can tell, general tone of your general tone is that so far it's been a good move for you, so that's good. So I've been working on my coffee. You guys know Phil was up here. Maybe you do. Phil was up here last week. He came up after. He actually came up after the show and hung around, and we talked coffee. Well, Phil's the guy that actually got me started drinking and grinding my own coffee. Not drinking coffee, but drinking good coffee, grinding my own coffee and all that. So we were discussing my coffee woes, and he's got me backing off to grind it a little bit different from what I had been, and making a couple of other changes. But I also bought a new brewing pot. I've been freed and ran far away. Humidity is mostly always high. Well, that's pretty much true. It's high here in the winter. It just don't feel as bad. I've been freed and ran far away. Oh, I have. Well, I'd like to ask more questions about that, Shelley. I'm not going to because it's none of my business probably. But I'm glad you're free. Like I said, it sounds to me like so far it's been a good move for you, so that I'm happy for you. And hey, you're closer to us. Maybe someday we'll all get together and have a cold beer somewhere. Carol and you, and me. We can get Mike and Diana down here, and Dave, and just whomever we might find. Who knows? Maybe I can even get Mark drugged back here, back east one week. Best thing to happen. Well, good deal. Very, very happy for you. Well, I keep saying that too, Shelley. Meeting you guys I think, would be tremendous. I really want to. I've met Carol, and that was more than a pleasure. Brenda and I had dinner with. Well, yeah, we ate dinner. I don't know. Maybe they'd already eaten. We came in and ate, but anyway, we ate the same place. And Carol came down and sat with us for a while we ate, I believe, if I remember correctly. And that was in Gallenberg, of all places. And I know Dave comes up to Opry, or not Opryland, crap. Where did I get that? Dollywood. And I'd like, we haven't been to Dollywood in forever. I don't know why. I'd be really tempted to get season tickets this year just to go, just because. But we haven't been in so long. I still want to try to put together a meeting. I don't know when and where we're going to do it, but I mean, in some ways, where I'm at is about halfway between where most of us are, but that's not entirely true because at least half of you live further north, and now Shelley lives in Mississippi. Dave and oh, sorry, Dave, I don't remember your wife's name. Meet up at Graceland. Well, we could. Hopefully one day we'd all meet up at Dollywood. That'd be great. I still think Dollywood would be good, but Graceland's not a bad idea either. I've thought about that. Never been. I don't know if Brenda has or not. And for a long time, I thought, nah, I'd never go to Graceland. It's Elvis. But I kind of wouldn't mind seeing it now that I'm a little bit older. That's about as far away. Graceland's probably about as far away from me as it is from you guys. It's on the far other end of the state. Well, maybe not. Maybe not, Mike. We'll keep that in mind, okay, as we plan. So let me ask you a question. You guys want to talk about Vikings, or do you want me to save that till Mark's here? Mike, I would love sitting around eating cinnamon bread. Oh, cinnamon bread, Dollywood. I want that so. I've been wanting some of that cinnamon bread up there forever. Which I probably had it, but not. But since they started selling it by that loaf, um, I love cinnamon bread. I love just about anything with cinnamon on it, especially if it's also got sugar. I love cinnamon toast, but Brenda absolutely hates to make it. I don't know why. She just does not like to make cinnamon toast. Or maybe she just doesn't like to make it for me. Oh yeah, with a good cup of coffee. Oh my, Mike, you're hurting me, buddy. I could care less about it. There she is. Well, you could care less about it, but you'd think you might care about making it for me, but no. I'm about 4.5 hours away from Memphis. Well, you are closer than us then. We're at least 6 hours from Memphis. See, it's yeah, I'd say closer to 7 probably, because it's about 3 hours from here to Nashville. It's maybe not quite. Since they raised the speed limits, it doesn't take quite as long to get down there. But then it's another halfway across the state to get to Memphis. So it's probably close to that. I know how I could tell you real quick. Somebody hadn't already done it. Let's see, Graceland. I just use that for a target. Graceland Memorial Gardens. No, Graceland. Elvis Presley. Okay, directions. Uh-oh. What did I do? Well, 5194. Highway 66. Why is it not coming up to my house? Google Maps can't find my house. Well, that's lovely. There. There it is. 6 hours and 53 minutes straight down I-40, which is the fastest way to get there. 7 hours and 53 minutes. Now, if I can fly from here, well, it says I'd have to go to Bristol and fly down. That's 3 hours and 25 minutes, but it cost me more than my car. Hey, what? Any of you guys ever seriously want to come down? You let me know. We'll find something. How far to Dollywood from here? 20 minutes. Well, 20 miles, give or take, but that's, I say 20 minutes. I don't even know. You could be there in a half an hour depending on traffic. It's not really that far away. If you could make it like the bird does, it's probably not even that. They're located in Manitoba, Canada, let's say near Winnipeg. And that might be more than they wanted me to tell. Let's see here. How far is it to Dollywood? Let's see what Google says it is. Dollywood, Pigeon Forge. Well, that is, well, it says an hour and a half, 68 miles. That ain't that far down there. Yeah, maybe it is. So they're calling it an hour and 20 minutes. I don't believe it'd take me that long to get there. But it might. Well, we're definitely bringing our trailer to your house, Tim. So close. Well, yeah, I mean, well, we're not as close as I said, but we're closer than that said. I swear we are. It doesn't. We just drove down there. It doesn't take that long to get down there. But like I said, traffic-wise, it can. So, but it's close. I mean, I'd definitely consider that our home park if we had one. Entertainment center. We used to go a lot. We used to go there all the time. I guess it's when we first moved back to Knoxville. We used to be able to buy, and maybe this was because I was still in school, but we used to be able to buy annual passes for Dollywood with a parking pass for under $100 and be set for the whole summer. And now it includes all their Christmas stuff. Now that they're open more in the fall and have turned Christmas into a bigger thing, the season's much. Back when we used to buy tickets, it was literally a summer park. I mean, it wasn't open. I can't remember. They opened up about the time school let out in the spring, probably a little bit before that, and then closed sometime after that. They would open up. They were opening up some just around Christmas. Dollywood's, you know what, Shelly? I used to kind of make fun of Dollywood, but actually, it's a pretty neat park. They've got a lot of roller coaster rides now. Dave's been there way more than I have, I think. At least not, we haven't been there in a few years. So since a lot of stuff came in new, I'd say Dave's been there. So he could probably tell you a lot more. Why more affordable for us? Way more affordable for us. Yo, way more. Way more for us too, Mike. For that matter, it's even today a season pass at Dollywood is way more than in Disney World. Of course, it's not, Dollywood is not Disney World, but it's still, but they've improved it so much. Oh, they got a roller coaster that looks like a Jeep. Oh, I do need to go there. I need to go do that. Let's see here, 25 just for Dollywood. If you get a gold pass, a Dollywood gold season pass, that includes you can go as often as you want to, free parking, discounts on dining and shopping, and complimentary time saver. Oh, this is new. complimentary line saver time saver line access the first hour of each operating day. That's new. I didn't know about that. Well, you can get that. That's per adult is $244 plus tax. Oh, and there's a senior discount. So, and if you get a silver pass, then there's some date restrictions. It's $169, and then you get just the volunteer summer pass is $129 each year from April 1st to and that's about what they used to be open actually. April 21st through September 11th, and that's $129. But you would pay parking. That doesn't include parking. The silver pass might be. And then they've got water parks too. So I mean, if you really wanted to go all out, you could get the water park passes, and that water park's pretty special. I don't know if we'd be doing that anytime soon. Hell, we don't. And Carol's been actually, Carol, you've been since I've been. The week we met Carol and her family here in local, they were down here and they'd been to Dollywood. How many days would somebody need to do that theme park? Oh, you could do it in a day or two and really cover it well. 2 or 3 days in the park would be, you'd be. I don't know. I think you could enjoy it if you went. I don't know if I'd go 2 or 3 days in a row. It's again, it's not as big as Disney World, although it's probably about the size of Magic Kingdom. I mean, all in all, I don't know how big it is exactly, but they've got more roller coasters now than Disney World. They're, well, I don't know, Dave, if you're still in here, tell us a little bit about roller coasters at Dollywood. I mean, I'm thinking that they're on par with, I don't know, oh, what's the place up near you guys? That's up near you, Carol. Kings Island. That's in Cincinnati area. Is it Cedar Point? It's got a lot of roller coasters. Mike, we do it in one day, but if you wanted to see all the shows, yeah, and ride all the rides, yeah, 2 days would probably cover it. Cedar Point, yes. How's Dollywood compared to Cedar Point as far as rides, or at least coasters? Are the shows hard to get into to watch? They weren't when I was there last. I'm sure that just depends on when you go. I mean, it's definitely it's a summer park. So most of the time, and like I said, they didn't used to be open as long as they are today. Mike, no, it would be leaving enough time to watch the show. It would just be leaving enough time to watch the show. So, the show's hard to get. No, okay. They do have some good shows too. I mean, I like that kind of stuff. She wants to go ride the ride. She don't care about the show so much. Oh, here's something about the passes. Now, the gold pass is from March 14th all the way through January 4th. So that covers all the way through the holiday season if you did that. Oh, you get 2 bring a friend free ticket. Well, see, Mike, I could take you for free for at least a day. Discount on 1-day tickets for friends and family. Not $10 off that. Lodging discount, 15% off. Oh, and they do have, Dolly does have hotels there now too, a couple. Discount on select dining and merchandise, 15% off. The time saver discount, $5 off. So they're charging for that. VIP tour discount, I'm not sure what that is. Parking discount, $5 off preferred parking. Actually, I thought gold covered parking. Monthly digital offers, golden hours, free general parking. Okay. Oh, preferred parking gets you up close, but if you're handicapped, I think you get up close anyway. Something else you can do there, and I'm pretty sure they still do it. If you go in late in the afternoon and buy a park ticket, you can also come back the following day, and at least that's the way it used to be. There's a military discount. Doesn't say anything about a Canadian discount, Mike, but I'll call up and see if we can't get you one. So anyway, they're open. So they're open basically from the middle of March all the way through January 4th. And then they shut down, I guess, and clean up, change all the seasonal stuff back to normal and all that. But that'd be, I'm telling you something. If you guys, if we could get a bunch of you guys together and do that, that would absolutely be, that'd be a fun time. Yeah, Dave has some great Dollywood videos. I was going to say that Dave and they've been down there quite a bit, or quite a few times, and he does have a lot of videos. Oh, we could get multiple loaves of cinnamon bread in that much time, Mike. I'm going to link a Dollywood. Yes, please do, Carol. Thank you. I should have thought of that and done that. Or Dave, if you're still in here, feel free to post any of your videos. Well, you might not be able to if you're not a blue wrench or whatever. But we certainly can. Carol, Tina, anybody wants to can post some, and Mike and them would probably appreciate that. Hell, I'd probably appreciate it. I've certainly not seen them all. How's the temperature out there in July? Well, Mike, it is the South. So the temperature there in July is hot and muggy. It is what it is. But it's a little bit better. I mean, it is sort of in the mountains, and there is shade, lots of shade. But it's East Tennessee in the summertime, and as I hate to say it, it's, as a friend of mine used to say, it's as hot here in the summertime as it is in the South, or something like that. There you go. There's something from Dave's Dollywood videos. I think, Doug, have you ever been down this way to Dollywood, or just touring around in Tennessee? I get a big enough crowd down here, we'll just set up a tour group and we'll just go around looking at all the cool stuff. Hell, I'll just rent a bus and just drive everybody around. How about that? I'll get a big 17 passenger van and I'll just drive everybody all over East Tennessee. And maybe all the way to Graceland. We'll meet Shelly down there, pick her up. Mike, if you bring your camper, if you bring your horse trailer up here, we'll just park it here in the yard. Belinda wants to go to Dollywood. Well, I'd say bring Belinda and come right on along then, Doug. Tim's party bus. Oh yeah. I wish I could make that music hear that music in my head that I always hear when they play that on videos or commercials. They have a they have a camper show coming up. I hope they have some new models of horse trailers there. I do too, Mike. When is that? Maybe I should come up there and go with you and help encourage. Perhaps we could get Brenda to take Diana off to look at puppies or something. No horse trailer. Damn it. She's already caught us, Mike. We're going to have to talk about this, Mike. We got to do this so it's a little bit more under the table, buddy. Next weekend. We usually have one of those down here sometime. Well, you know, maybe it's later in the year. I don't know. It could be coming up soon. I used to like to go. Brenda and I used to go to stuff like that just to look. Of course, we were looking. You know, there have been days when we were looking for trailers. Now, we weren't looking for a horse trailer back then, but I think now that's the way to go. Doug, definitely go to Dollywood. It's a great park. Oh, okay. Yes, definitely. Dollywood has changed so much since I started going there. The very first time I ever went to that park, it was still called Gold Rush Junction, I believe. Actually, I might even have been there once before that. Oh, it was Gold Rush Junction. It changed names 2 or 3 times, and then it sort of settled in. And then for a long time, it was Silver Dollar City. And if I'm not mistaken, and Dave or somebody can probably verify this, there's Silver Dollar City has parks in other places. I think what's this, Branson, Missouri? I think there's a Silver Dollar City out there. Yeah, Mike's getting a horse trailer, Doug. Just don't tell Diane about it. Party bus. Um, I'm not kidding, guys. Next time you show up, we'll get a party bus. I'm not kidding there. And we'll go for a picnic up on the mountain, and we'll get in the creek and play in the cold water, catch us some big old salamanders. Hey, Rhonda, welcome in. Man, this is like old home folks day. Rhonda, Doug, Shelley Skywalker's in here. Star Walker's in here. Dave and Georgia's here. John was in here, sir, but yeah, he's still here. Carol's here. Mike and Diane are here from Canada. We got most of the crews in here. We just had Mark in here now. We'd about all be here. Brenda's in here somewhere. And I swear, and Tina's here. I don't know if Chuck's made it back yet or not. And just a moment ago, Carol posted some Adventures by D videos at Dollywood. No, that's not what I wanted. Here we go, Adventures by D. And there they are. Groundhog Day again. There it is right there. Dawson Trails Nature Center. Prognosticator. Oh, your guy's hog's not just a weather guy, he's a prognosticator. Four years ago you did that. Well, I don't know what Carol posted. This might be the same thing, but here's Dave's website for all of his videos. I'll just put that right here. But check it out. He's got some good videos of Dollywood. If you've ever thought about coming to Dollywood, that's probably a good reason too. We'll be the ones in the go-karts. Brenda says, we'll be the ones in the go-kart so everybody can go with us and get in the head of the line. Yes, Doug, I do. His name is Walter. Oh, Doug they've got a horse, Doug. Mike and Diana got a horse back in, what's it been, 6 or 8 months ago now? Name's Walter. He lives in the house with the Basset Hounds. See, this is why I don't come in here anymore. Now I want a donut. Aw, I'm sorry, Rhonda. So weekend trip to Dollywood's in our future. Absolutely, Shelley. Absolutely. I think it is. I think that'd be just a hell of an idea. Well, did I lose her? Yeah. Well, we miss you too, Rhonda. You're always welcome to stop in and say hi. I miss you guys. Shelley, that's the second time I think I've seen Shelley this month, so that's been good. We learned she moved to Mississippi. We didn't know that. At least I didn't know that. It's Mike's fault, not your. Oh, Mike's fault. Yeah, because of his donut thing. Avatar. Yeah. I started to get donuts today while I was at McDonald's, and I just couldn't make myself do it. I stayed away from them today. I don't play on YouTube much these days. Well, I get that, but you don't have to play to come hang out with us. She's in Mississippi. Yes, she is, Rhonda. Apparently been there for several months now. Since October, I believe she said. Well, Rhonda, just to make perfectly clear, we miss you too. So I'm always glad to see you guys. A couple more people show up, and I'd have just about everybody that's ever signed up to be in my show on my show. I work all day on the computer, so I'm not on it. I get that. I've done that. Spent too much time on the computer and then didn't want to get on it for months. I get that. But at the same time, we're not work, we're pleasure. So just keep that in mind. We're just here for a good time. Oh, yes, we are. Oh, did Doug leave? See you, Doug. I didn't. Did he say he was leaving? Yeah. Have a great day. We'll have to take off. Thanks for stopping in, Doug. Always a pleasure. Oh, make sure everybody hits that button. I never did. Did anybody ever say about if you want to talk about Vikings or save that? I don't have a problem either one. So Shelly brought the snow to the south. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you can blame Shelly for that or not. I heard somebody else was getting blamed for it too. I don't remember who it was. It might be Mike and Diana though. They may have sent it down here. I heard rumors that some Canadians left their back door open. That's why it got so cold down here. We had Brenda thought it was down around 16 this morning, I think, here. I don't know if it was that cold or not. It might have been. It definitely was cold. When I got out to get in the car, it was heavily frosted over. And now I don't even know what the temp is here. Here we go. It's 36 now, so it's warm. It's been sub-zero every night for weeks here. Sub-zero? Wow. Well, now I got to ask you a question. Are you still near Atlanta? Or are you north of Atlanta? I get it, Rhonda. I'm always on the computer for work or class. Tim's the only on channel. I feel honored by that, Carol. Only channel I regularly get to, of course. If you were streaming, yeah, we'd be there too. I'm considering it, but I have to make some training videos and a training channel for work, so that takes precedence. Yes, it does. No, I meant sub-freezing. Okay, well, it's been that here too. It's been sub-freezing here for a couple of weeks, except yesterday it got up to about 40, and today it's 36. So I think it's supposed to get to 44 here today. So that's heat wave. That'll be pleasant. But it's been in the teens here a lot, and it got down to 9 one night. My buddy Phil lives south of here, and he said it got down to, and they got more of that cold front clipped them more. This last one clipped them more than it did us somehow. And I think he said it got down around zero, maybe even below zero at his house, his thermometer at his house. It just hit 40, but the lows are teens and 20s. I need to do so many things. Speaking of training videos, and I got to work on my stuff. I got to work on my show a little bit. I got to make my show just a teeny tiny bit. I need to do it better. I need to do better things or something. There are rumors one more snow coming around the 4th. I may have seen something about that. Time for me to head out. Thanks, Shelly, for coming by. Thank you, and have a great weekend. And don't be a stranger. You're too close now. You're So moving to Mississippi puts you downstream of us, which makes you some sort of a cousin, according to how it was always told to me. And I won't explain all the details because I shouldn't say that online. Let's just say it makes us dog kin at least. So good to see you. But please don't be a stranger. Time is it? Oh, it's almost noon already. Holy mackerel. Well, never mind the Vikings. I've killed too much time for that. We'll come back next week, Shelley, and I'll probably be talking about Vikings since I didn't get to it today. That's okay. I'll do a better job next week anyway. I'll be better prepared. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, I'm humming a McDonald's song. I got it in my head. You need to do a show on Dolly. Well, you know what? I should do that. I should do that, Mike. I should do one about the whole history of the place because, like I said, there's been a theme park or some variation of a theme park there for a long time. The very first time I went there, and mind you, I'm 68 next month. Well, in March, I was probably 10 or 12, maybe. And I think that's when it was still Gold Rush Junction, maybe. God, I can't remember now. Gold Rush Junction, Silver Dollar City, Dollywood. There's another one in there. Actually, I think there's another one in up here at this end. I think it was something before it's Gold Rush Junction. But it's a funny thing about Sevierville and not Dollywood, Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. But this kind of thing was more in the Pigeon Forge. There were always two or three small themed attractions that one might call a park around here. There were different places that had railroad rides. There was one called Doe River Gorge that we used to go to when we were kids. Brenda, do you remember Doe River Gorge? There was a train there. I think it was one of Tweetsy's trains. Tweetsy Railroad, which was over on the North Carolina side of things. And Tweetsy Railroad has a history. That whole Tweetsy Railroad thing is a story into itself, really. And for some reason, there was always this Western theme attached to a lot of them. There was a couple up on the mountain that were like up on top, and you had to take a cog train up to them. It was a gimmick more than anything. They weren't that high or steep. But, then you get up there, and there was like Ghost Town in the Sky or something. And there was always shootouts on the street, and you could take a train ride and, get robbed. Kind of like Dollywood still does. I never really figured that out, but what did Mike come up with? You're going to have your shoulder all wrapped up next week. Yes, I am. What about it? See, Mike, she's very sweet and fun-loving. Hey, who you talk? Hey, Chuck, good morning, buddy. I've been talking about you. Wasn't sure if you'd made it in yet. Now you're putting it in our heads. Thanks a lot. What am I doing something? Tim, you need to do a show. Okay, a show about Dollywood. You should try to get Dolly to come on. Yeah. Mike, that is so funny. That'd be a great idea, but that's pretty hilarious. She is that, Tina. Now, I have to admit, she's a pretty neat person. She's a busy person, but she's a pretty neat person. What about my shoulder? Why are you bringing that up and reminding me about that? Oh, because I won't be able to do much next week. That's a good point. Tina says, you're going to have to type for me. I'm going to ask her for you. I'll give her your. You do that, Mike. You do that. If you ask her and she says she'll do it, by God, we'll do it. I'll do it. I'd be more than happy to. She's just folks. She's just from around here. I mean, she really is. I mean, I know you guys hear that stuff about her, but she grew up somewhere up in the holler near where Dollywood is today. I mean, she grew up in that part of the country. She's a native Sevierville person, Sevier County. Pretty sure that's where she grew up. It's either that or the county right beside Sevier County. Mike, do you need her phone number? I can look her phone number up for you if you want to give her a call. Oh, you're just too funny, Mike. That would be kind of cool, though. She's such a neat lady. She's done so much. She has done so much for her community. And I don't have a clue. I have no prior knowledge to any of this, but I'd say when she passes away, I bet the county and the local area will be the beneficiary of a whole lot of things coming their way because she already gives them all kinds of stuff. I mean, she started that library system up there where she gives away books now constantly. I mean, they've got a warehouse full of books. I was saying you were putting the McDonald's. Oh, dum 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 dum. Well, I wouldn't have thought about it, Tina, if I hadn't seen that app and then gone down there to get a biscuit this morning. That's what got the whole thing started. So what's everybody doing the rest of the weekend? I'll tell you what I'm doing, starting about 1:30 today, looking at my watch that I haven't worn in 25 years. The annual 24 Hours of Daytona Motorsports race begins at 1:30 today on Peacock, and maybe on NBC too. And I'm going to be watching it. That's another one of my annual every year kind of things to try to watch. And now that I can actually get it and watch the whole thing, I'm going to it'll probably be turned on all day for the next 24 hours. I've already watched qualifying and some other pre-race stuff, and it was cold in Daytona this week. I was watching them practice. It was in the 20s. And I'll tell you something about that. I've been to Daytona Beach when it was in the 20s, and that's cold. I'll have to tell you something. That's cold. The cover on our car froze the year we were down there for the race. We had ice on everything. We had to be at the racetrack at 6 something or 7. By 7 anyway, to start working on the car on race day. And we got there, everything was frozen. We had to thaw out everything. It was cold for the race too. Our driver was cold. I remember him complaining about it. I'm going to be working on a paper. Oh, you're going to be doing. Oh, really, Carol? Mostly cleaning and organizing today so I can watch football tomorrow. Oh. So who are you watching tomorrow, Rhonda? I guess both games are tomorrow. That's how I'm going to watch too, but I don't keep up with pro football. Honestly, the game I'm probably looking forward to the most, now that I think about it, will probably be the Buffalo Kansas City game, and I'm kind of sad to say that's not the Super Bowl game. I think that would have made a really good Super Bowl. She's hoping the Chiefs lose. Well, you know what? I kind of do too, although I don't have a problem with the Chiefs. Oh, roommate is an Eagles fan. I forgot about them being in it. Who do they have to play tomorrow? The Commanders? I don't know. The Commanders might just sneak in there and beat them just because. Although I'd kind of rather the Eagles won. Anyway, I'd like to, if they make it in, I would really like to see the Buffalo Bills win because they went so many times all them years ago, and I don't think they ever won. They never won a Super Bowl, did they? But they went. How many years they went? They're like poor old Minnesota who lost in the playoffs. I thought surely they were going to make it again. They went all those years with Fran Tarkenton back when I was younger. And we had our family had a dear friend that was the only Vikings fan I ever knew growing up because, we didn't know anything about the Vikings. We were Tennessee people. And they just, every year he'd get so excited. I don't know how many years they went to the playoffs in the 70s, but they never could win. They never won. And neither did, and then Buffalo was the same way. They went, in the Jim Kelly days, they went several times. At least it seems like they did, and they never won. So there's a part of me would like to see them go back, and I'd like to see them win it. I don't know if the Eagles win it, so be it. But if they make it, definitely would like to see. I don't know. I don't know if the Commanders would probably be the least favorite team in that bunch. I was never a Redskins fan. I never liked the Redskins much. I guess I shouldn't say didn't like them. It's not a personal thing. It's just I never did care for them as a football team. I don't know. We'll just have to see. I think I'll probably watch some football tomorrow, but the race starts at 1:30, ends tomorrow at 1:30. So after that, I'll be fair game for a football game probably. Probably be ready for a football after 24 hours. The nice thing about it being on Peacock is the race. Is that if I fall asleep on it in the middle of the night, which I'm sure I will, I can still watch it tomorrow by playing the replay. I think the games are both afternoon, evening. And yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think there's one tomorrow afternoon and one tomorrow evening. I'm not sure who's carrying them though. Who's carrying the Super Bowl? Is it NBC? Has the Super Bowl this year? Because I don't think it's CBS, although it could be. I don't know. Well, let's just see. I got enough windows open here I've already got enough windows open here on this computer, and I can probably. It's one that's jammed up. Let's see here. 3 o'clock tomorrow. The Commanders and the Eagles play, and then the Bills and the Chiefs play at 6:30. So yeah, there's one in the afternoon and one in the evening. And I don't know who's carrying them. Surely Fox has one of them. I mean, guys, I hate to say that. Oh, I probably shouldn't say that out loud. Not a Fox fan. Never have been. Yeah, they don't say who's carrying the games. Oh well. Oh, what channel are they on? The Chiefs are playing on the Kansas City Chiefs Buffalo game. Arrowhead Stadium is going to be on CBS and Paramount, Fubo, and NFL Plus. And so I'm guessing that means the NFC game is probably on Fox. Yeah, it's on Fox. So there you go, folks. That's the schedule as I know it. By Mike and Dan. You guys leaving? Thanks for coming by, Mike and Dan. I hope you guys get to feeling better. Hey, Dave's Disney Dreams. Welcome in, buddy. Mike, you guys have a great weekend. Give me a call sometime if you get a chance. We'll talk horse trailers. Probably better do it when Diana's not around. Always a pleasure to have you in here with us, though. You start saving up American dollars now, and you'll be in good shape when you come down. Wait a minute, John's calling Dave roomy. You going down to stay with Dave in Florida, are you, John? The other Dave, I mean. Well, it's almost noon. Baltimore meetup. Wait a minute. Who's doing a Baltimore meetup? Is there? Oh, wait a minute. I heard Pete and them talking about that, didn't I? I think I did. There's a lot of Tina. You were involved in one of those big meetups in Florida recently. I think if you're at your computer, you may be out in the garage again. I'd like to. I would like to get to Disney World one year when there's a bunch of people down there and at least meet you guys, some of you guys, one time. If we don't get you here to meet up in August, okay. Disney, Baltimore, Maryland. Okay. I knew I'd heard something about that, but I don't know details about such things. Well, I'm about ready to dump that and go back to regular coffee. Hey, I'm looking for a name. I'm trying to come up with some. Let's see. Tina says, no, I'm here. Yes, Chris and Dad built made a solid boardwalk. Yeah, I thought you did. It's a 2.5 hour drive for John. Oh, honestly, John, I thought Baltimore was closer than that to you. And if I get to Baltimore, I'd probably have to go do some history kind of stuff up there. Like go see Fort William or McHenry or where it was that the Star Spangled Banner flew. December was cool. Oh, was that when everybody met, Dave? There were actually a lot of people down there this past December. I was surprised. I mean, not surprised that there were so many people I knew down there. It's just that it's usually pretty crowded. So I was a little surprised. Although I confess that's one of my favorite times to go, even though it is crowded. We used to love to go at Christmas. Again, even though it was crowded, it was just so much. There was just so much going on. It was so pretty. I mean, if you like Christmas decorations, definitely the time to go. I'm looking at Brenda's tools again. Weekend, a magical night of hope. Oh, that's right. That was that weekend. Tina, did you guys go to that event while you were down there? No, don't know why. I'm just wondering if you did because I can't remember. I'd actually like to do that sometime too. Go down and take part in that. That's a really good deal for what they do for families and kids, or families of kids that need help is pretty. So you did? Oh, great, Tina. I didn't realize that. I just found out something I didn't know here. There's like duplicates of all the drill bits, so that's good. So if I break one, Brenda won't hardly know it because I can just move the other one over. Hopefully she's not listening. 13/64. Now that's not a drill bit you see every day, I don't think. 7/32 is. Guy used to make fun of me. He's a machinist. I used to refer to the 732nd as the 732 wrench. And he used to think that was just hilarious. He thought I didn't know any better. And I said, I know better. I just call it that. Actually, I called it that because people I worked with also called it that, I'm sure. Dave wants to know if you met him while you were there, Tina. I'll tell you what, I was impressed with the show. I watched a lot of it on YouTube, on Corey's channel. And Corey and the guys that put that together are doing a really good job with that. I've seen several of them now over the years since they started it, and since the very first one they did, that they've improved and improved. They did a real this year was really well done. The whole production of it I thought was great. Yeah, it was a really good show. And I mean, and Corey, I mean, that boy can sing now. And they had some other good musicians on there. A guitar player. Of course, they had Bob. Bob was on there. Um, Josh. Josh and Jenna. He was playing the saxophone. He's pretty good on sax. I knew he could play, but anyway, they did well. They did themselves proud. They've really, I think they've helped the village there give kids the world. I think they've probably helped them tremendously since they all got started involved in that, turned that into. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like they probably are very grateful for what they've done. I bet you did, Tina. I bet you met a lot of people. Which one was Neil? I know the name. Was he the guitar player, John? I remember. I remember Neil being introduced. They raised $72,000. There you go. And I'm going to guess that's the most they've raised so far. I think this was the fifth or sixth time. Dave's Disney Dream says must have. Let's see. Must have. I must arrived after because met Debbie, Molly, and several others. Corey, the trumpet player. Okay. Yeah, he was good. I knew the name. I remember the name. I remember the reason I said guitar player was I remember Corey introducing him, and I can't remember. I don't remember his name now. Tina, I guess that 72,000 that included their auction. I assume because they had some pretty neat stuff up for sale too. Speaking of auctions, the former girls known as Pruitts, I believe, have an auction coming up, and there's going to be some really cool stuff on there. So if anybody wants to buy me anything, I'll send you a list of all the stuff I'm really hoping to get. They've got some really cool books. I'm really dying to get in there and bid on them. I don't know how much money Brenda's going to let me spend, but that's including the auction. Okay. I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. Never hurts to ask. Primrose Auctions and Appraisals, LLC. Passion, integrity, and expertise. It's their tagline. Anyway, they've got an auction coming up real soon. They've got some neat stuff in it. They've got one of the things they have. I'm not trying to change the subject because I think that's the Give Kids the World thing was really amazing. If I can get a band out here on the front porch, maybe we could do a remote satellite thing for them next year and collect some money from East Tennessee. Who knows? Oh, I don't know if Brenda saw this or not when we were over there previewing the auction, but they've got a couple of school desks there. The old fashioned school desk, where one makes, they stack up. They've had two. I saw two sets of desks there. They were small though. I wish they had some like a size or two bigger. And I know they made school desks bigger than these. I'd love to have a couple put here in the library. I mean, I think they'd look so neat if I ever got the rest of this mess cleaned up. I gotta get this desk cleaned off right here because this is my writing desk, and I gotta get this cleaned off so I can start writing. I have a book to work on. I have a couple of books to work on, but I particularly have one. I have a couple of books in particular I gotta get started on, children's books. I've been working on up here and making notes for and drawings and stuff for years now. I got to get that together. So, Carol, someday I really am going to have a book for you to preview for me. Mama wants lunch. Have a great weekend, everybody. Well, tell Mom we said hi. And you have a good weekend, John. And if you go fishing, catch some big ones, bud. I don't know if fishing's good right now or not, but anyway, you have a good weekend, John. Thanks for coming in. And buddy, let me know when you're going to come see your brother, or come see me, and then we'll go visit him together or something. You can hang out over here if you want to. Anyway, see you. Well, guys, I guess I should let everybody loose. I'm just sitting here jabbering now. And obviously, I didn't talk about Vikings. We'll save that. That'll give me a chance I got some more research to do anyway. Every time I start working on that, I find it's like I told you before. I find new paths to take that lead me towards other thoughts and ideas about, for example, in this case, early Viking settlements in North America. There's a lot of controversy over that. I personally think they were here, and I think they probably did way more than we let on. But there's some people that don't. So I'm not a professional. I'm just going on my own hunches and what I've read. But anyway, that's another story. So I'm going to let everybody go. Everybody's left. I know everybody has things to do today. I have things to do today. I don't know if my wife is still on here or not, but I'm sure she's going to come up with something I need to do today. And anyway, Tina, thanks for running down, or you and Dave tell us about the how much they made it to Give Kids the World benefit thing, because I wasn't sure what the total was. And Rhonda, it's so good to see you. Shelly's gone, but it was so good to see her. And she's been here a time or two lately, but didn't know she was in Mississippi. Rhonda, don't be a stranger. Come back and see us again. I know it's a computer and you may want to stay away from it, but this ain't work computer. This is fun computer. Oh, Dave's in bed sick. Well, Dave, you didn't tell us that, buddy. Get to feeling better. That's there's too many. You're the third, fourth, fifth, sixth person today now that's told me you're sick or been sick. Our friends in Canada, Diane and Mike, both were really sick, and Diana's still sick. They've been sick for a couple of weeks. Laptop is going off for repair, and I'm on the iPad today. Okay. Anyway, Dave, get well. Everybody else, have a great weekend. Try not to get sick. Don't go to Dave's house right now. Don't be kissing on Mike and Diana. If you don't drink after them or anything, my mom would say, don't drink after them. You'll all have a cold. We don't need some chicken noodle soup. Excuse me. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it. Means a lot to me. As always, if anybody ever has an idea for a show or something they'd like to see me do, or an idea to make my show better, by all means, let me know. And anyway, Dave, looking forward to seeing your groundhog show. And actually looking forward to going back and looking at some of your Dollywood videos because I haven't done that in a while. So thanks for that. And thank you, everybody, for being here. Love y'all. Really appreciate it. It means the world to me. So see y'all again next week, I hope. And I'll try to be here, but I am going to be incapacitated to some degree, which I might not be able to drive the mouse, but we'll see. Maybe I can. I mean, I can drive with it now, and it hurts like hell. Maybe after he works on it, won't be near as painful. Anyway, bye everybody. Take care. The good Lord's willing, and the creek don't rise. See you then.